What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome. So it is officially that time of year again. It is the Sephora savings event and I'm going to be telling you all of the products that I recommend to you today. These are the products, I've really narrowed down the list. These are the products that I truly cannot live without. About a week ago I ordered some products from Sephora. I wanted to test them out before filming this video to let you know if they're worth picking up during this savings event, and I have discovered some amazing products that I'm really excited about. But before we get into this video, I just want to thank Sephora for sponsoring this video. Literally a dream come true. So as you know, they have their savings event every year, and this year it starts on October 27th. If you aren't a beauty insider already, make sure to click on the link in the description box to become one. I am personally a Rouge member, and Rouge members begins on October 27th, and you are going to get 20% off. And then beginning on the 31st, VIB members get 15% off, and beauty insiders get 10% off. Also beginning on the 27th, all beauty insiders can shop the Sephora collection for 30% off, and all beauty insider members also get free shipping, but of course you can shop in store as well. Now is the time to stock up on your must-haves, your favorite products, and it's a great time to also test out some products that you've been wanting to try, or also if you've been eyeing anything that's a little bit more expensive, now's the perfect time because you can get a little bit of a discount on it. Before we get into the video, make sure to leave a comment with the items you think I need to check out during the savings event, or the items that you will be ordering, because I need to put my list together. I need to figure out what I'm going to be ordering as well. Without further ado, there's a lot to talk about. Let's get into the products I recommend picking up during the savings event. I'm going to start with skincare and move through categories just as usual. And like I said, these really are the best of the best products, in my opinion, that I think are truly worth it. These are the products that make up my core makeup routine that I think are vital and necessary. Starting with skincare products, I want to start with the one skincare product that if you haven't tested out, you are severely missing out. I promise you this will change. Well, I'm not going to promise you that, but if you have not tested out the Paula's Choice 2% BHA liquid exfoliant, you are missing out. You are doing a disservice for your skin. This is a chemical exfoliant. It says it unclogs and shrinks pores, which it absolutely does. Smooths an even skin tone, and it absorbs quickly. What I love about this as well is that I find it very moisturizing. So oftentimes chemical exfoliants can be very drying. Sometimes I even forget to put a moisturizer on after because it leaves your skin feeling very hydrated. I'm going to come off as Tatcha's #1 fan, and they're not paying me to say this. I just genuinely love their products. My skin loves their products. So the first is the cleansing oil. I'm typically not picky with my cleansing oil, but ever since I started using this one, I don't think I'll ever be able to go back because it really does get all your makeup off. It doesn't have any residue. It turns into a nice milky consistency on your skin. And then I follow that up with the Tatcha Rice Polish Cleanser. I have 2 of these. I will never be without them. This is also great to travel with. You know those little Ziploc bags they give you that are you put 3 things in it and it's full? They really crack down on that, by the way. This is great because it's a powder. And what I really like about this is depending on how much you mix it up, how much water you put, you can either get a more abrasive physical exfoliant, or you can really make it into a full-on cleanser with no exfoliation particles. This is a newer product I've been testing out, but I have been loving it. It is from The Ordinary. It is the Soothing and Barrier Support System. I was very shocked at the color. It is hot pink. We're going into those colder months, so I really think it's important to protect your skin barrier, especially if you're going in with a lot of those acids and chemical exfoliants. It's really important to protect your skin barrier, and I use this only at nighttime because I do find it a little bit sticky, but it's been great. Kind of moved away from using face oils, and I have been loving the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. My skin drinks this up. It is definitely a little bit of a heavier cream. They do have lighter ones, but if you're looking for a good moisturizer, especially going into those colder months, you cannot go wrong with this one. Let's talk about primers. Over the past year, I've developed a strong love for primers. I was always that girl who was like, primers don't do anything. I was delusional because I cannot skip primer. The ones that I really love are for hydrating and making your skin look glowy, especially going into the colder months. You want that glowy, summery, delicious skin. I was Debronzie's #1 fan for the longest time. I would actually mix Debronzie with the Say highlighter, which I still really love. But then I tested out their Be Goldy drops, and it is the perfect combination of both. This gives your skin the perfect amount of glowiness. It has niacinamide, which is great for breakouts, notes. So it has those skincare ingredients in it as well. And then it has an acid in there. So you're doing something good for your skin. And then you also have that glowiness that is going to just make your foundation look super beautiful. And what I love about this one as well is that you can use it on top of your makeup to give you that like highlighted glowy effect. And then recently I tested out, finally it came back in stock. It was out of stock forever. The Refi Beauty Face Primer, the Glow and Sculpt Primer. I don't necessarily think it sculpts. Like, I don't know. It has this like really cool applicator. You roll it on your face, but I really like the primer. I put both of these on and it makes your foundation look flawless. Moving on to foundation, I have tried so many over the past year, and the one that I always come back to, the one that when I use it, I'm like, wow, it truly takes my breath away, is the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. This is probably my 5th or 6th bottle of it. I use the shade Punjab. No foundation will ever compare to this. It has a good amount of coverage. It looks natural, but makes you look flawless at the same time. I just apply it with my fingers and there are no words to describe how much I love this foundation. I do enjoy testing out new foundations, and here and there I'll find one that I love, but nothing will ever compare to this one. Moving on to concealer, I'm a little bit more passionate about concealer than I am foundation. In terms of everyday, like just a quick little brightening action, I love the Rare Beauty brightener. I have the shade Light. This brightens your eye, has a tiny little bit of coverage. It is pure magic. And then recently I finally gave into the hype and tested out the Tower 28 concealer. I am literally speechless. I don't know, this blends out so beautifully. It doesn't feel heavy at all, but covers everything. I've never tried a concealer like it before. I tested out the House Labs concealer. While it was okay, it was like not anything to write home about in my opinion. I did not love the Mario concealer. If you were to try one of the new ones, it would be this. And then I had to talk about this one, okay? It's the Huda Beauty concealer. If you want full coverage and flawless, you cannot go wrong with this. I had to talk about all 3 of these because they really cover all different needs. Moving on to cream contour, the one that I come back to time and time again is the LYS contour stick. I have the shade Harmony. This one is super creamy. The color is perfect. I just, stick it on wherever I want a little bit of bronziness. I love that it chisels but also adds warmth to your face. Every time I try a different contour stick, I just come back to this one every time. I feel like I've had the same setting powder combo for years now, and that's when you know it's truly the best because I've tried all the new powders that have come out. My favorite way to set my face, the way that makes you look the most flawless, is to first go in and set your face with a powder. This is a finishing powder, but it's the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless powder. Everyone knows about this one. Everyone loves this one. I have the shade 1, so I'll go in and I'll do a preliminary set around my face, and then I'll go in with the Huda Beauty loose powder. I have had the same one for years now, and I'm just getting to the bottom of it, so it really lasts a long time. I don't know the science behind this powder, but it will make you look more flawless than any other powder you will try, I promise you. I'm not a pink powder fan, but they have different colors, and if you're into that, they have that as well, but I use the shade Pound Cake. Speaking of powder, I quickly want to talk about the brushes that I use to apply my powder. I am Sephora Collections brushes #1 fan. I love their face brushes. I even love their eye brushes, but they have these essentials kits that are affordable and come with these amazing brushes. This is the one I use to apply my blush and my bronzer. I use this for everything. They're just so good, so I would definitely recommend checking them out. Their essential face brush set is what I will be picking up during this sale, because since I got that set, I haven't really wanted to use any other brushes. Like, they're just the best, and like I said, they're affordable. But I did pick up this Patrick Ta little nose contour brush. It finally came back in stock as well, and this is great. I have always struggled with contouring my nose. It looks muddy, it doesn't look good, and this has been a game-changing product. I'll just go in with a little product down the sides, on the top a little bit, snatch it, and then blend it with the little blending brush. I also have this one. I do like it. Definitely prefer the Sephora brush over this fluffy one. I have a little bit more control. Before I move on, I have to talk about the new love of my life, and this is the Hourglass, what is this called? Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked in the Jellyfish palette. If you haven't tested out Hourglass's powders, or even if you have, I would highly, highly, highly recommend picking up this palette. I'm not gonna lie. I remember getting one of these palettes years and years ago. It was the one with the marble, and I was not impressed with it. But I feel like my makeup needs have changed. What I like in a product have changed. This specific one, all the colors in here are perfection. This is the product. I posted a story the other day saying like my skin looks airbrushed, and it's all thanks to one product, and it is this palette. These powders will make you look poreless, airbrushed, and flawless. Every year they have different palettes, and this year they have like these animals. And if I'm being honest, I wanted the cheetah one just because this is not cute. This is not cute. These are the colors that just worked best for me, and it adds the most beautiful glow onto your skin. This is a finishing powder in diffused light. This is a blush in Rose Fusion. This is a metallic strobe powder in Opal Strobe Light. This is the bronzer in Lunar Bronze. This is a blush in Diffused Heat, and this is a finishing powder in Ethereal Light. I have a few of their full-size powders, and honestly, I would just recommend getting a palette because it's so worth it, and you get to test out a bunch of different products. But outside of that palette, my favorite bronzer in the world is the Benefit Hoola bronzer. This is like my 10th one of these. It just is the perfect color, and I love now that they have different versions of it. So they have the light version, the caramel version. You just cannot go wrong with this. Oftentimes I'll use this in my crease. I'll use this all over my face. I'll put it on my body. It's just the best bronzer. And then as a finishing bronzer, you know, on top to add a little bit of that glowiness, this has been just a game-changing product for me. Mario's Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Perfector. I have the shade Medium. I would not, even though I've done this in videos in the past, I would not recommend using this as your main bronzer because as you can see, there is an intense highlight there. But when you swoosh it all together and kind of use it as a finishing bronzer, just a little bit, it gives you the most beautiful sun-kissed glow. I didn't use it today. Let's put a little bit on. And I also love it because in a pinch, if you need a little bit of like a highlight, you can just grab some of the highlight part and use it as a separate highlighter as well. Now in terms of highlighter, you guys know I've talked about this many times. I'm obsessed with those Fenty liquid highlighters. They are truly the best, but it's a little bit intense. I find personally for like the daily. That's great when you want your highlight to really pop, but for the daily, if I had to recommend a highlight to you, it would be the Say highlighter. This is my second big bottle of it. I also, like I said, like using this as a primer before my foundation. It's not greasy, it's not stroby. It's actually what I had on as my highlight today. It applies so easily. I think this is the first time in a long time that I have a favorite eyeshadow palette, and it is from Patrick Ta. This is also a newer purchase for me, and when I got it, I was like, I don't know, but then I really started playing around with it. So this has all of the neutrals. It kind of reminds me of the Mario palette. Can you see that? But what's really cool about it is it has these creams, okay? Now, I'm not someone to get real adventurous with my eyeshadow looks, but I apply this cream all over up into my crease, kind of like as an all over bronzy look. It blends so well. These colors are perfect to go in your crease. The shimmers are so beautiful. I put this lighter one all over my lid today, and it took my breath away. This one looks orange, but it's kind of like a rose gold champagne-y color on your lid. For mascara, I only have one to recommend to you, and it's the Better Than Sex brown mascara. I only use brown mascara, and this one is the best one that I've tried. And I like it because it is a true brown. It's not like a brown black. You can see there, it's like brown. Now moving on to eyeliners, I really only use brown eyeliners as well. You'll never catch me using a black eyeliner. And I have two favorites. I've tested out a lot. When I want like that true brown eyeliner, I use Soft Brown from Makeup by Mario. It looks like that. You can see it's like a brown. And then when I want something a little bit darker but still brown and something that is going to last all day, all night, I use the Cali Ray waterproof liner, and you can see that this one is also brown. It's just less warm, so it looks a little bit more intense on your eyes. But I do want to talk about this little eyeliner set from Makeup Forever that I just think is the best deal in the world. This little set, and inside you get 5 of these little pencils. You get a black one and a white one. The black one I'm probably going to give that away because I just know I'm not going to use a black one. A white one, which is great for your inner waterline. What's great about these pencils is that you don't only have to use them on your eyes. So you can use them on your eyes, you can use them on your lips. I use Limitless Brown on my eyes. I actually have a full size of this one. It's really good. I keep it at my boyfriend's house because it's so versatile. You can use it on your eyes, or it blends out really easily if you need like a quick brownie lip liner. And then you get 2 of their best-selling brownie nude lip liners. So Anywhere Caffeine, I literally have repurchased this lip liner probably like 10 times. It is the perfect brownie nude lip liner, and this is a great size to throw in your bag. And then Wherever Walnut, which is like a little bit of a more pinky color. But I just was so happy with this set because sometimes, you know, they'll go in and throw in like a blue eyeliner or like colors that most people on the daily aren't using. But I truly think if you get this, you'll be able to use every single pencil. There are very few things I am more passionate about than a nude lip liner. I have found the best nude lip liners, and these are them. The first one I want to talk about are the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip liners. I don't hear a lot of people talk about these, but these are some of my absolute favorite. I have like 4 different colors. My personal favorite is Deep Taupe. It is like the perfect pinky brown nude. It's not orangey at all. That's what it looks like. These are creamy, but they will last all day. They're not too creamy where they're like sliding off your lips. This is the second time I've purchased this lip liner, and every time I get it and use it, I'm just like, this is truly perfect. It is from Patrick Ta. It is the shade She's Strong. It's the one I'm using today, and this is what it looks like. So you can see the comparison between the two. It's a little bit lighter. What I really like about this one is that it is creamy, so you can kind of put it all over as a lipstick, and then it also pushes up, which is great, and it's a little bit thicker, so you can also apply it and blend it out kind of like lipstick. This is a new favorite of mine. It's the Sephora Rouge Gel Lip Liner in the shade Dressed to the 90s. This one is slightly more on the pinkier side, but I swear these 3 lip liners are the ones that I've had on rotation, the ones that I've been using the most. In terms of nude lipstick, these are the 2 that I've really been using. The Armani Lip Power in the shade 102. This is what it looks like. I put it in the worst spot to put a swatch. I like this one because it is super, super creamy, so I don't feel like I need a lip gloss. I could just throw this on with a lip liner, and it's creamy and it's light and it just brightens up your lip. And then also, this is a new love of mine. It is the KKW nude lipstick from Charlotte Tilbury, which looks like this. I'm also very passionate about my lip glosses. So my number 1 favorite is the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm in the just the clear shade. I love this one because it is so moisturizing, smells delicious, but it also is very glossy. Oftentimes I'll just put a lip liner on and blend it in with this, and it looks super glossy, but it isn't sticky. It is just absolute perfection. If I want that super, super, super glossy look, I do go for the Refi Gloss. This is kind of sticky, but it is extremely glossy. Like your lips will shine like no other when you use this. Another lip balm I absolutely love and I use basically every day is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. I have this one in Hot Cocoa. It's such a nice brownie color. So this with a nude lip liner is so nice. I just picked this one up. It is their caramel apple scent. I'm so happy they made another fall scent other than pumpkin spice, because the pumpkin spice one smelled like literal curry. And don't get me wrong, love me a good curry, but I don't want it in a lip sleeping mask. But the caramel apple one smells so good. The only gripe I have with this is the color is a little bit orange, and it looks a little orange on your lips. So I'm not too thrilled with that, but if you wanted just like a clear one, their vanilla one is also very good. And then the Fenty Gloss Bombs in the shade Hot Chocolate. This is the perfect brownie lip color, and you know these glosses are just super shiny, super delicious. Now when it comes to hair products, the only product that I think is absolutely vital for you to get if you dye your hair, if your hair is super healthy, then maybe overlook this one, but the K18 Biomimetic Hair Science Leave-In Molecular Repair Hair Mask. If I'm being honest, I did not think this was going to work because I have used Olaplex, I have used other repair masks, and they did nothing. So I honestly held off from using this for a really long time, and then my hair it got to a state where I was like, there's nothing that's going to save this hair. Like, ever since I had my little incident where I tried to dye my hair blonde and burnt all my hair off, it was so dry. So finally I was like, I have nothing else to lose. I got the little travel size of this to test out, and I swear in 2 uses, my hair was pretty much back to normal. How you have to use this is in the shower. You do not put any conditioner on your hair. I do put it on the ends because I only put this on my real hair. I have hair extensions. And then after you get out of the shower, you put this on, leave it on for 4 minutes. Do not put any other product. Do not touch it. Let it do its thing. And then after 4 minutes, you can style it as usual, and you will notice such a difference in your hair. I promise you. I also really like their hair oil. I just ran out of my little travel size, so I picked up this bigger one, and now's a great time to pick it up because it is pretty expensive. I honestly might stock up on it during the sale because it is very expensive, even though I just got that one. And then for my favorite dry shampoo, there is nothing like the Living Proof dry shampoo. I have tried other dry shampoos and nothing works as well as this one. Also, I cannot recommend my Dyson Airwrap enough. It is what I use today. I use it literally every day. It's so crazy how one person can love it and the other person can hate it. My sister has it and she is like, I need to sell it because it doesn't work on her hair, but I use it every day. I have gotten my money's worth on that item like tenfold. It is the best hairstyling tool I've ever come across. Finally, moving on to perfume. As we are going into the colder winter months, as we're going into fall and the holidays, I have to recommend Kilian's Angel Share to you. This is one of, if not my favorite holiday scent ever. It is warm, it is spicy, it has notes of cinnamon and hazelnut and cognac, and not to mention it's just the most beautiful bottle. But if you are looking for a good scent for this time of year, this is it. They also have a little, this is not sponsored by Kilian, but they also have a little discovery mini set which has their best sellers. It does have Angel Share in it as well. It has Love Don't Be Shy, it has Good Girls Gone Bad. So if you've been wanting to test them out, this is a great little set. Alright, you guys, so that is it for my Sephora savings event recommendations. If I order anything during the event, I will make sure to post about it on my Instagram, so make sure to follow me there. Make sure to check out all of the products I mentioned in the description box. I will leave them link there along with all of the sale details. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for new videos every single week. I love you, and I'll see you guys back here next time.